First Man, 2019 Oscar winner for Best Visual Effects. Why did the Academy decided to award this movie? There is a pretty good reason. Let's check it out. The award was received by Paul Lambert and Tristan Miles, visual effects supervisors at Double Negative, as well as Ian Hunter, supervisor of miniature effects, and J.D. Schwalm, who was a special effects supervisor. Double Negative was the main studio behind the VFX, with over 400 artists working on this project. One can think that First Man is the least spectacular among the nominees for VFX, even when considering the importance of visual effects in telling the story of moon landing. It's not spaceships, explosions, and aliens that convinced the Academy. I guess it was more about photorealism, and probably even more about the unusual approach. Unusual, at least for today's standards. The VFX for First Man are extraordinary because of minimal use of CGI. The approach was to do in camera as much as possible. Therefore, the crew merged the best of modern technology with the best of pre-digital era. All close-ups and even mid-range shots of spacecrafts and vehicles are made with miniatures, or even one-to-one scale objects. CGI was used only for vehicles in distance or background. Of course, the miniature shots were enhanced with digital elements, but the main part remains practical. As unusual today, that was a typical approach for most movies from late 90s and early 2000. However, an innovation was introduced to the process. To avoid shooting the miniatures on green screen, a huge LED display was constructed. This provided natural backgrounds, lighting, and reflections, not only for the miniatures, but also for the actors. It provides a level of realism very difficult to achieve with CG and digital compositing. It also helps the actor to give more natural performance. Another extraordinary aspect of First Man VFX was the use of archival footage from NASA. As you can imagine, that kind of footage is usually grainy, shaky, sometimes unsharp, and shot in 4:3 aspect ratio. Double Negative team had to, first of all, clean and enhance the quality of the footage. But more importantly, they had to extend it with CGI to fill the cinema screen. It was done perfectly, and the blend is unnoticeable. All that was used to help with the director's vision of making the movie in a more documentary style. I guess some of the Academy members might have felt a bit nostalgic about the use of traditional, not digital effects. It can also be seen as a homage to the Apollo 11 mission, which will be celebrating 50th anniversary this year. So, although First Man's visual effects are not groundbreaking and not the most technically innovative, I think it still deserves the award. This movie shows that filmmakers should use all possible techniques, without relying solely on CGI. The problem is that this requires good planning, already in pre-production, and not the usual, let's fix it in post, approach. If you'd like to get more interesting videos about VFX and its history, don't forget to subscribe.